This is a hydraulic ram pump we just installed a couple days ago. I'm going to show how it works. This is a 3/4 inch, it's hard to see it, 3/4 inch black plastic pipe coming down here into this 2-inch what I call a standpipe. We also have water coming from the river into here when it's only needed in the dry season. It goes down and there's a elbow transition, 45-degree transition into this 1-inch plastic and steel drive pipe that goes down to the hydraulic ram pump. Here we have actually what we have is a low pressure plastic pipe, a medium pressure plastic pipe, and then 3 galvanized iron pipes. All of them are 1-inch diameter. They're 6 meters long, so 6 times 5, we have 30 meters of drive pipe with 8 meters of fall in it. And we're using about 5 gallons a minute coming from a spring up here, which is actually quite a ways up the mountain. We have it lower down here to be able to also bring in, when they need it, water from the river in the dry season. Then here it falls, as I say, 5 gallons per minute, about 20 liters per minute, falling 8 meters. We're going to go down to the pump. It raises the water 56 meters from the pump up to their house. And right now it takes 45 seconds to fill 1 liter. So we're getting 1 1/3 liters per minute. And it's working at right around 50% efficiency, which is normal. You might be able to hear it pumping here. I'm just going to go on down following this pipe. This pipe, you try to make it as straight as possible. And we're just going to go down and see the pump. It's been working for a couple days now. It's actually lots of times you hear more noise in the pipe than at the pump, which is interesting. Here we're coming to the pump. It's just here on some natural rocks. We cemented it to these rocks to make it harder for someone to steal. If someone wants to steal it, they'd have to bring a hammer and tools with them to steal it. Okay, this is the pump working. It's actually a very simple design. The Y-shaped piece is mounted on rubber here and here, just like car suspension basically, and those are threaded so we have full adjustment this way and this way to adjust the seating of this all-important valve here. In this system, and over here is this long bolt which goes down and stops on a piece of tire rubber, and that's the adjustment on the stroke. By adjusting the stroke, you adjust the speed of the pump and the amount of water it uses. So it's actually pretty adjustable. These can probably be adjusted from about 3 to maybe 10 gallons per minute. It's probably using about 5 now, which is what the spring is putting out. Right here, it's kind of hard to see it. You can see a little spurt going like that. That little spurt is the breather hole. With each stroke of the pump, it squirts out water, but also sucks in a bubble of air, and that bubble of air maintains air in this air reservoir. This air reservoir smooths out, keeps air in it, and smooths out the flow of water going out so that you don't have this strong hammering action on the rest of the system going up the mountain. It's shaped in the form of a T, so it doesn't have to be so tall, but mostly so you can actually remove this by hand. It has Teflon tape and joint compound there. And to have access to that, there's a rubber check valve in there, only rubber. There are no metal-to-metal contacts anywhere in this pump. Everything is just flexing rubber or rubber to metal. It has a bronze seat for the inside valve there. You never have problems with that. Those valves basically never give problems. Those down here depends on how hard they pump. One has lasted 5 years. This here, before, it had more fall. The renters of this property liked their pump so much, they installed the pump. They liked it so much they took it with them. So I made this new one to replace the one that they took. And it was pumping 75 meters high with 12 meters of fall. Now it's only pumping 56 meters with 8 meters of fall. And so this one is going to last better. The other one, the rubbers lasted 1 year. This one, I expect them to last at least 2 or 3 years. And it's pretty simple to change it. You know, a couple hours to change the rubber there. And that's basically all the maintenance. Occasionally they need to be adjusted. There's full adjustment on the seating on that valve, so you can adjust it basically perfectly. It's a very low maintenance system. One I've installed of this same size has been operating for almost 5 years with no problems. The price I have on these is basically 300,000 colones installed, and that includes the pump and my work only. Beyond that is the piping and a couple helpers that I need for a couple days that are provided by the owner. But they're a marvelous machine. This hopefully will work for years with minor problems, minor maintenance, and it can transform a otherwise dry area into a place with water for people and livestock and gardening and things. It's a marvelous thing.